What's going on, you guys? It's Scott from Fly Rides, back again today with another eMTB review, but you already knew that because you can read, probably. I'm checking out the Brose E-Stream EVO AM for the 2020 edition. It is pretty similar to the 2019 edition, but with some very important upgrades. I thought it was a lot more powerful. It feels a little more concise, a little less like swimmy. It flowed really nicely on the trails. And yeah, it does have some nice upgrades in there. Before we continue into this review, you guys, the only thing I'm going to ask of you right now is to like this video so that I can feel some satisfaction in my life for once. All right, you guys, let's check out the Brose E-Stream EVO AM4. Check out me and my sexy B-roll of myself riding it. So before we get into the ride experience itself, you guys know how this works at this point. Let's talk about specs, baby.
Let's talk about specs, baby.
So as I said, it is a little bit of a carryover model. Overall, I think the power did feel like more intense on this bike. I don't know if they tuned the motor a little bit differently. Brose does allow people to do that. You're still getting the super core battery that is 750 watt hours, a massive, massive battery, one of the biggest on the markets. And of course, on that Brose motor, it is going to be a cadence-based motor, but really, really torquey, especially in level 4 this year. So there are 4 different levels of assistance. Brose sticks with their CSI display. That is kind of a, if it's not broke, don't fix it mentality. That display works really well. It's minimalist and it has all the information you will need. You still got the options for Monkey Link integration if you are into that. One thing that did switch over is you're getting Shimano Dior XT, a complete group set on this. So it's 12 speeds on the Shimano derailleur on an 11 to 51 tooth cassette. You're also getting Shimano Dior XT hydraulic disc brakes on 203 millimeter rotors. I feel like these have a little bit better stopping power on the intense downhills than some of the Magura options, or at least the Magura option that was on last year's model. So I was very happy to see this upgrade. The suspension overall this year feels about the same as last year. There's no major weight differences or anything like that. You're still getting the Fox Rhythm fork. It's a 36 millimeter stanchion on this, and the Fox Float DPS in the back. You are getting Schwalbe Hans Dampf tires on this, and the you're getting Hans Dampf tires on this, and 35 Boost tubeless ready wheel set as well. So really solid setup, you guys. Brose is also sticking with plus size tires and 27.5 inch wheels. A lot of companies have gone to 29ers this year, so if you are a fan of 27.5 inch wheels along with plus size tires, you should be looking at Brose because they have recommitted to that this year. So really solid specs, a great build, especially for the price on this bike. So it's about $6,200 is what you're gonna be able to get this bike for. So I'd highly recommend it if you've got the capital. Let's check out the ride on this bike, and I will talk to you more as I descend. Pretty windy up here, you guys. Beautiful day out here, in spite of the wind. Hate that part. Oh, I'm loving this Fox fork. Oh, yeah. I haven't been a massive fan of the Fox Rhythm historically, but with the 36 millimeter stanchions, that's dope. Let's keep on moving. Woo! Nice and easy, watching out for hikers, because I am a gentleman. Let's hit this. Hell yeah. Man, these fat tires, I just feel like I can do anything. This is the most confident I've felt on a bike in a long time. Woo! So far I'm pretty stoked. The 49 has not seemed too big for me. So you guys know I am 5'7", and on a good day. There we go. Oh, A little in the ditch. That's all right. You all know my skill level. It ain't that high. Take it easy around this corner. No reason to crash today. Foot down. Can't hit it that hard because, whew, that was kind of big for me. And I wasn't even really thinking about it. Again, really not too big for me. The 49, I would get size for this bike because it's a, the sizing is better. I mean, the sizing is different than I thought. I figured I need a 44, but I kind of feel pretty good on this. All right, let's see if we can tear it up through here a little bit. Yeah. Nice little run here. Rockier than normal. But I'm going pretty fast for me. Well, we got a good run in there. Pretty solid, pretty solid. Descends excellently, climbs like a friggin' beast. This motor, I will say the Brose S Mag is not as quiet as it used to be, but power-wise, holy cow. I mean, that really rivals like out the gate power. Seriously rivals the Bosch, I think. Very, very impressive. Let's break it down back at the shop. See you guys there. All right, guys, so that was me riding out on the trails. Let me tell you a little bit about who I think this bike is for. So it's definitely not a cheap bike. It's $6,200. You're spending a little bit of cash on this. It's about mid to premium level, but you are getting what you paid for. Massive battery. The Brose system, of course, is one of the best on the market, and you're getting a mid-level Fox setup as well. So really nice components on it for the price is one thing. And I think value-wise, you look at bikes that are about this price range, you are getting some slight upgrades. Honestly, I didn't really need the 51 tooth lowest gear, to be completely frank, but I think a lot of people are gonna like having that. The reason I say you don't really need it is because the Brose motor is so powerful on this bike. It's like way more powerful than I remember it being. And honestly, in level 4, you really want to make sure I would not descend in level 4 because you can, if you put a little bit of pressure into it, you're going to go pretty fast. So I would definitely recommend lowering the amount of power you are outputting if you're going downhill or if you're on a flat or just on something a little bit more technical. Again, like I mentioned, if you're a plus size tire junkie, you're going to love this bike. I know a lot of people have been going a little bit thinner, Specialized with 2.3s in the back on their rear wheel. So if you're someone who wants to stick with those plus size tires on the 27.5 inch wheels, which are a little bit more playful, this is going to be the way to go. The bike handles really well. It is really playful. The cockpit is not overly complicated. It's pretty minimalist, which I am always a big fan of. So I would definitely recommend this bike. Anybody from intermediate to advanced, I think, is going to enjoy this bike for sure. You are putting up a little bit of extra cash, but it is well worth it in terms of what you're getting out of this bike. Don't forget to like this video, or if you didn't like the video, just do it because you like me. I'm nice. Leave a comment, let me know what you think of this bike, if you've ridden it, if you got it in 2019 and are like, I wish I had waited for the new brakes. Also, let me know what bikes you guys want to see reviewed. Can't guarantee I'm going to get to all of them, but I'm certainly going to try. This is going to be the last video of the year. Thanks for a great 2019. You guys have been spectacular, and of course, so have I. Bye. That is a stolen joke.